Good morning, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for attending today's event. We're here to announce the opening of exemption applications for residents of Cook County this season. I'm here with Philippe Largent, the State Director of AARP Illinois, Elizabeth Soto, Superintendent of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County, Danielle Matthews, Director of Homeownership Services at the Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago, Salvador Garcia, Housing Stability Supervisor at the Resurrection Project, and Cook County Commissioner Bridget Degnan. Exemptions or property tax savings available for all Cook County homeowners, and just by being enrolled. At the assessor's office, it's our job to make sure that we're enrolling and approving exemption applications. We do extensive outreach to ensure that homeowners all throughout the county, particularly in areas with many first-time homeowners, know about them. The most common exemption is the homeowner's exemption, which more than 1 million households in our county receive. In the south suburbs, many homeowners can save more than $2,000 per home per year through this exemption alone. And there are also important exemptions available for seniors, especially for low-income seniors. And we also have them for veterans and people with disabilities. Everybody should take full advantage of the exemptions that they're entitled to. When I go out and talk to homeowners and residents about their property taxes, the first thing I tell them is to always check for missing exemptions. In some parts of Cook County, up to 1/3 of homeowners haven't signed up yet. They don't even have their homeowner's exemption. You can receive this exemption as long as your home is your principal place of residence. So we want to make sure that everyone's enrolled. And it doesn't matter whether or not you're a citizen, you're entitled to this exemption. If you live in your home and don't claim the exemption you may be eligible for, you may be missing out on hundreds or even thousands of dollars of benefits and property tax savings. So now is the time of year to apply for those exemptions. Today, we opened our online application to the public. You can go to our website and sign up. Check this off your annual to-do list in just a matter of minutes. And applying online has an extra perk. You can track the progress of your application as we process it at our office. If you have any questions, our staff is available at our downtown office or at our branch locations throughout the county to help you figure out which exemptions you're eligible for and help with your application. I always like to suggest to people that when they check their exemptions, they should always look out for their friends and family and loved ones too. Remind people in your circle that maybe in your fantasy league or your book club or people that you go to church with to look for their exemptions too. And do a solid for them, do a solid for a friend or family member. Who knows, maybe they might take you out to dinner or to a ball game with the savings that they're receiving. This year, we're also pleased to announce that we've developed a separate online form for some of our returning applicants. If you have previously received the senior freeze exemption or veterans with disability exemption, there's a simple and easier form for you to use to renew the exemption with us. That lets us provide better services to the public by making sure that the application process is easier for our seniors and for our veterans with disabilities. We'll also be mailing out applications to recipients of the senior freeze and veterans with disabilities exemption who need to reapply. So anyone who doesn't have access to digital services can use this mailer. So we want to make sure that we're reaching out to seniors wherever they are And we're part of clearing hurdles for our residents and making sure that exemptions are accessible to everyone. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Jennifer Sanchez from our staff, who will deliver the information in Spanish. And afterwards, we'll hear from the representatives from our social service organizations who are here with us today on the importance of these exemptions for vulnerable groups in Cook County, like seniors and people with disabilities. Thank you. Jenny?
Buenos días, gracias a todos por asistir hoy. Estamos aquí para anunciar la apertura de nuestras aplicaciones para ahorros en impuestos a la propiedad. Las exenciones son ahorros de impuestos disponibles para dueños de casa. La exención más común es la exención para dueño de casa, la cual más de 1 millón de hogares reciben. En los suburbios del sur, muchos pueden ahorrar hasta $2,000 al año con esta exención. También hay exenciones para personas de la tercera edad con bajos ingresos, para veteranos con discapacidades y personas con discapacidades. Es importante que todos aprovechen las exenciones que les corresponden. En algunas partes del condado, hasta 1/3 de los hogares no están recibiendo sus ahorros en impuestos a la propiedad. Uno puede recibir la exención más común, que es para dueños de propiedad, siempre y cuando sea su lugar de residencia principal. Su estatus migratorio no importa si es ciudadano o no, con que usted sea dueño de casa puede recibir y aplicar para estas exenciones. Si vive en un hogar y no reclama las exenciones, está perdiendo importantes ahorros. Hoy hemos abierto nuestra solicitud en línea en cookcountyassessor.com. Puede completar la solicitud en unos minutos y poder ver su estatus de la aplicación en línea. Si usted necesita ayuda, nuestro personal está disponible en la oficina central y en nuestros sucursales de Skokie, Markham y Richfield. Le recomendamos que al realizar sus exenciones, también lo haga con familiares y amigos. Ayúdanos también a aprovechar estos ahorros. Este año hemos simplificado el proceso para renovar las exenciones, como la exención congelada, conocida como Senior Freeze, y la exención para veteranos con discapacidades. Puede aplicar en línea en cookcountyassessor.com y también las solicitudes por correo se enviarán en las próximas semanas para aquellos que no tienen acceso a servicios digitales. Queremos asegurarnos que todos, especialmente las personas de la tercera edad, puedan acceder a estas exenciones. Ahora escucharemos a los representantes de nuestras organizaciones sobre la importancia de estas exenciones. A continuación escucharemos de Philippe, director de AARP. Gracias.
Good morning, Assessor. Thank you. My name is Philippe Largent, and I'm the State Director for AARP in Illinois. And it's a pleasure to be here standing with my friends and the Assessor this morning on a very important day. On behalf of our 500,000 AARP members in Cook County, I'm pleased to announce our partnership with the Assessor's Office to raise awareness about 2 vital programs to lessen the property tax burden for older adults: the Senior Citizen Exemption and the Senior Freeze. At AARP Illinois, we hear directly from our members every day, and what we hear time and time again from older adults is that they're deeply concerned about the rising cost of living and the impact that those costs have on their ability to stay in their homes and age in place where they want to be. We know that property taxes can be a significant burden, especially for those on a fixed income. This isn't just about numbers on the tax bill. This is about real people facing possible choices. We've heard stories of older Illinoisans being forced to sell their homes, downsize dramatically, or even worse, face foreclosure, all because they couldn't keep up with their property taxes. AARP Illinois is committed to helping older adults remain in their homes, the homes that they worked for their entire lives. We strongly encourage all eligible homeowners age 65 and older to apply for their senior exemption, and if eligible, the senior freeze as early as possible and take advantage of these opportunities to reduce their property tax burden. My message today is really, really simple. Don't delay, apply today. To help navigate the application process and understand how to take advantage of these opportunities, AARP Illinois is committed to providing comprehensive educational resources. As part of our commitment, we are also partnering with the Assessor's Office to host a series of virtual and in-person events. We encourage older adults to mark their calendars for our upcoming virtual programs on April 1st and on April 4th. We're providing detailed information on the senior exemption and senior freeze, as well as answering questions. We'll also be hosting in-person informational events throughout the county. We want to ensure that every older adult in Cook County knows about the senior exemption and the senior freeze and how to apply. More information can be found at www.aarp.org/IL. AARP is dedicated to empowering older adults to live their best lives. We believe that everyone deserves an opportunity to age with dignity and financial security. By partnering with Assessor Katie and his team, we're taking a significant step towards making that a reality. Thank you, Assessor Katie, for your commitment to Cook County older adults. Thank you for all you're doing here today. And let's work together to ensure that our older adults have the resources they need to thrive. Thank you. Now I'm turning it over to Elizabeth Soto, Superintendent, Veterans Assistant Commissioner of Cook County.
Hi, good morning, everyone. All members. It is an honor to stand alongside all of you to discuss these essential tax exemptions. My name is Elizabeth Soto, and I am representing the Veterans Assistant Commissioner of Cook County as their superintendent. At VAC, we provide immediate emergency financial assistance, ensuring that all of our Cook County veterans and their families are supported in all aspects of their lives. So today's announcement regarding the expansion of the property tax exemptions for veterans, mental health recipients, disabled veterans is a crucial step in ensuring that our heroes can continue to live with the support that they rightfully deserve. These tax exemptions alleviate financial burdens, enabling veterans to focus on what truly matters: their families, their health, and their future. The VAC is very grateful to the assessor and all the partners involved. I'd like to just thank you once again, and I look forward to continued collaboration and support of our entire Cook County veteran community. Thank you. With that, I'd like to introduce Danielle Matthews, the Director of Home Ownership Services, Neighborhood Housing Services for Chicago.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Again, I'm the Director of Home Ownership Services with NHS Chicago. NHS Chicago is committed to helping homeowners stay in their homes. We provide no-cost HUD-approved foreclosure prevention and property tax assistance workshops, both in person and virtually, educating homeowners on ways to reduce their property taxes and other housing costs. Free one-on-one foreclosure prevention counseling services are provided by HUD-approved homeownership consultants who walks homeowners through understanding their property tax bills and applying for eligible property tax exemptions. Our staff is available to assist both in person at various neighborhood office locations and virtually. We understand how important it is to address budgeting and savings to help homeowners establish an affordable and sustainable solution to reducing the cost of their housing expenses, such as property taxes. Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago has a long-standing partnership with the Cook County Assessor's Office, hosting community-based, in-person and virtual workshops, events, teaching homeowners about property tax systems, various exemption options, how to complete exemption applications, and the basics of understanding various programs within an assessor's office. The work that we do with the Cook County Assessor's Office is highly impactful to helping homeowners remain in their homes. NHS Chicago and Assessor's Office is hosting a property tax exemption savings webinar today, March the 5th at 6 p.m. virtually. Homeowners will find out which exemptions automatically renew, learn how to check which exemptions were previously applied to their home, and how to apply for tax year 2024 exemptions online. This is a live event allowing homeowners to ask questions, so I encourage everyone to go to our website, www.nhschicago.org, to enroll in today's virtual property tax assessment webinar, or give us a call at our office. I do want to welcome homeowners, specifically seniors and disabled residents, to visit our local offices to get hands-on assistance with property tax exemption for 2024. Thank you. Next up, Salvador Garcia.
Morning, thank you. My name is Salvador Garcia. I'm the Housing Stability Supervisor at the Resurrection Project. At the Resurrection Project, we are committed to helping families keep their home and affordable and stable. We're also helping property tax exemptions. We feel that they are a critical tool to reducing the financial strain, and we want every homeowner to receive the savings they deserve, including the covering exemptions. We encourage all eligible homeowners to take advantage of this opportunity. Please reach out for our guidance, education, and translation support. You can visit our website for more information to learn more about our services, complimentary services at resurrectionproject.org. Buenos días, mi nombre es Salvador García, soy el supervisor de los consejeros de estabilidad de vivienda en el proyecto Insurrección. Estamos comprometidos a ayudar a las familias a mantener sus viviendas accesibles y estables. Las exenciones de propietarios es importante porque es una herramienta fundamental para reducir la tensión financiera y queremos que cada propietario reciba los ahorros que merece, incluyendo recuperar las exenciones perdidas. Antemano, a todos los propietarios elegibles necesitamos que tomen la ventaja de esta oportunidad. Comuníquense con nosotros para obtener esta información, para recibir la educación y asistencia y la extensión. Discúlpenme. Visiten nuestro sitio de web para más información sobre los servicios que ofrecemos gratuitos a resurrectionproject.org. Gracias. First, Katie, Assessor, thank you so much for your partnership. Turn it over to me.
I'd like to invite Commissioner Bridget Deckman to join us in some brief remarks, and then I'll finish and we'll go to Q&A.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Bridget Deckman. I'm the County Commissioner in the 12th District, which covers parts of Chicago's north and northwest side. For all of the constituent questions that we get, just by the numbers, number one, our constituents coming to us with property tax questions. Number one, how they can ensure that they have all their exemptions. Number two, how can they make sure that their assessments are correct and that they're not paying $1 more than they need to. So we every year annually handle hundreds, and over my 7-year term now it's been thousands and thousands of questions. So I think today, having this press conference, having the press here is incredibly important to ensure that that message gets out to all the constituents, that you need to come to the assessor's office. You need to make sure that you're not paying $1 more than you need to, and also coordinate with your county commissioners. We are in constant contact with Fritz Katie and Scott Smith, his chief of staff. We are here to serve. We love our jobs, and we can't serve without having questions from constituents. So thank you for being here. Thank you for getting this message out, and it's back to you.
Thank you, Commissioner Deckman, and thank you to all the representatives of social service organizations that are here today. Because this is the first day that people can apply for their applications. We want to make sure that people aren't missing out on their exemptions, which can save them hundreds or thousands of dollars, and we want to make sure that we're reaching everyone where they are. When you apply online, you can even track how your application is doing as we process it. So with that, I'd like to take questions. Yes, Amy.
How's the circuit breaker legislation going?
Since we met and asked, we filed the bills. It's being sponsored by Justin Slaughter in the House and Senator Patrick Joyce in the Senate. Those bills have been filed. They're picking up co-sponsors. They're getting committee assignments, and we're working with leaders of the two revenue committees on subject matter hearing dates, which should be coming up later this month.
And have you worked with the President's Office at all on county ordinance to help with the mini circuit breaker here in the county using leftover funds from last year?
Well, yes, so the county has already passed for this year's budget, property tax relief. And I believe the county is working on the mechanism for how that will be distributed, and some of the details are still being worked in process. That's a one-year program. The circuit breaker program would come into effect after this county program expires, and we don't see any reason why they can be incompatible. And we think it would be ideal to have both state and county support for a program that provides property tax relief for people whose property tax bills have spiked. The concepts are similar, but I just want to emphasize this one-year program that the county has passed is already on the budget, already going to be distributed this year. It's different from the circuit breaker, which incorporates information from the state, which would have a state means test, but we don't see them as being incompatible in the future.
I know it's kind of early in the cycle. Do you have any specific neighborhoods in Chicago where you're seeing assessments spike and where your own bill is going up and you really want those folks to get their exemptions?
Well, as you know, we've completed our phase of the Chicago reassessment. Homeowners' share of the burden overall is down versus where it was before the reassessment. We'll have to see how the property tax basis changed after the board review process. Overall, residential assessments are up less than commercial assessments. So if our assessments stand as they are, homeowners' share of the burden overall would come down. In general, we've seen prices for homes that go up in 76 out of the 77 community areas of Chicago over the last 3 years. So that's sort of strong, broad growth. There's optimism from Chicagoans all over the city in owning homes here. So that's a sign of good news. I think we see stronger momentum in homes at the bottom half of the price spectrum. Because of affordability, there's a lack of affordability for homes in America in general, in Cook County, and a lot of people are feeling under pressure because of rising rents. So we see strongest pressure on homes at the bottom half of the price spectrum because people want homes, and we're not building enough homes here in Cook County. So this is something that needs addressing, and I know there are a lot of fellow elected officials here in our social services who want to make sure that homeownership is accessible to everyone. Yes, sir.
What exemptions automatically renewed and which exemptions need to be reapplied?
Great question. So the homeowners exemption, which is the most popular exemption, we have almost 1 million homes enrolled in it, that automatically renews every year once you're in it. But we recommend homeowners check on their second installment bill or on our website to make sure that they're fully enrolled, just to make sure that they've stayed there year after year. The senior exemption, the senior homestead exemption also automatically renews. Once upon a time, seniors had to recertify that they were over 65 every year. Working with some of our partners here, we got a bill passed in 2019 that leads to automatic renewal of the homestead exemption, and that bill was set to sunset last year, but we worked with our partners in the General Assembly to get that renewed off into the future. The exemptions that people have to apply for every year are ones that involve a means test or some other special qualifying features. So veterans with disabilities need to demonstrate their disability rating from the VA. So there are important aspects of that need to be renewed every year. Also, the senior freeze has to be renewed every year because you have to demonstrate your income. Now, we're very proud to be sponsoring a bill in Springfield that would allow for automatic renewal of the senior freeze. And that's because we have an agreement with Illinois Department of Revenue to verify incomes for folks applying for the freeze. So if the bill is passed, we could check for people who are already enrolled in the senior freeze to verify their incomes, that they're still below the threshold under the senior freeze exemption level, and that can be automatically renewed. So we think this is an important thing for seniors. Every year we have thousands of seniors who forget to apply for the senior freeze application because life is so busy, so many different things are going on. We think that's something the state can do that would really measurably improve access and life for our seniors. Also, for the long-term homeowners exemption, you also have to recertify your income. Okay, thank you everybody. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate you here today.